You chose absolutely right, tuning in to Rwanda Television tonight. A very good Friday evening to you. We hope you had a great and productive day and are ready to enter the weekend in great style and energy. Welcome to tonight's edition. These are the headlines. Prime Minister Dr. Edouard Ngirente has noted that boosting intra-African trade is crucial to the continent's Agenda 2063. Rwanda's latest producer price index recorded a 2.5% decline in prices on local markets and 0.6% decline in prices of exports compared to the one of June 2023. Good evening once again, and thank you for your company on Rwanda Television News. And as we begin it off, Prime Minister Dr. Edouard Ngirente has noted that boosting intra-African trade is crucial to the continent's Agenda 2063. The Rwandan Premier made the remarks at the ongoing 2024 Africa Caucus meeting, a gathering of African governors of the World Bank and International Monetary Fund taking place in Abuja, Nigeria. He pointed out that such trade is important for job creation, innovation, improved exports from the continent as a whole, ensuring food security and encouraging healthy economic competition between nations. Agenda 2063 is seeking to create an Africa of great opportunities, peaceful and people-centered, with a say on global affairs. The central theme of the Africa Caucus meeting is facilitating infra-African trade, a catalyst for sustainable economic growth in Africa. It will end on Saturday. Rwanda's latest producer price index recorded a 2.5% decline in prices on local markets and a 0.6% decline in prices of exports compared to June 2023 index. Economic experts demonstrate that this index is promising for the country's economy. Prince Manzi with the report.
The producer price index reported by the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda demonstrates that in June this year, the price of locally made products deducted compared to June 2023. This is mainly due to the 3.3% price decrease of products manufactured by local industries, while the export decreased by 4.6%, mainly due to coffee. Industrialists tackled the reason behind the deduction of the prices of their products.
We
reduced prices after researching how can a bread have quality and yet not be expensive. We later changed the price and remained with the higher quality.
As
the prices on the market increased, so did our products, and after they reduced, so did our products as well. On the other hand, there are some of the industrialists saying that the prices of their products did not decrease due to the expensive imported fabrics needed in the production activities.
Currently,
the prices are still a challenge. For instance, soy on the market is 1,100 Rwandan francs, and the flour we produce costs between 1,600 and 1,700 Rwandan francs. You are aware that the milk price increased from 320, now we are getting it on 430 Rwandan francs. The producer price index measures the average change over time in prices received by domestic producers for the production of their goods and services, and it is published monthly by the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda. Economic experts affirm that the decrease of prices on markets projects a promising country's economic future, as well as the affordability of citizens while purchasing on markets. It is better for a citizen when the prices are lowering, for the ability to purchase by a citizen to increase. When the prices are high, the ability to purchase decreases. The Producer Price Index is a joint project between the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda, the National Bank of Rwanda, conducted on business centers, 114 industries, 402 goods from these industries, minerals and services in all provinces.
During the celebration of Umuganura, the National Harvest Day on Friday, the Minister of National Unity and Civic Engagement, Dr. Bizimana, urged Rwandans to use the day as a symbol and motivation for self-reliance.
It was a delightful event as Kayonza district residents gathered to celebrate Umuganura Day. Citizens expressed their joy, noting that this year's Umuganura finds them in high spirits due to the bountiful harvest. These bananas have 90 and 80 kilograms respectively. Unless we face extreme droughts, a whole banana can weigh up to 100 kilos. I dig a hole of about 80 centimeters in length and width. I plant my cassava and harvest after 8 months. From one cassava tree, I can harvest up to 70 kilograms. This is why Marie-Therese Mukakamali commends the capacity building program that equipped her with necessary farming skills. In 2018, the government of Rwanda trusted me with an opportunity to go to Korea to boost my knowledge in agriculture, particularly rice farming. On 1 hectare, we used to harvest 1 to 1.5 tons of rice. Today, we have reached about 5 or 6 tons per hectare, and now we are food secure here in Kayonza. The Minister of National Unity and Civic Engagement, Dr. Bizimana, urged Rwandans to get rid of the mindset of waiting for external help. Umuganura reminds us of the responsibility to become self-reliant. That means that our harvest should be enough to satisfy us without waiting for the external support, which mostly comes even late. We should be food secure to the level we can support others in need. So, let us continue to work towards that. Based on this year's theme, the minister called for more support towards the school feeding program. We are celebrating Umuganura while recognizing the school feeding program. As we celebrate, let us remember to support this program that was initiated by the government so that it can continue. We call upon individuals and government organizations, faith-based organizations, private sector practitioners and Rwandans in general to support the school feeding program, which supports our children's education. Because remember, once they have nothing to eat, even learning becomes impossible. During the event, more than 10 families were given cows, a symbol of unity that characterized Umuganura from the very first beginning. Umuganura is celebrated every first Friday of August since 2011 after being halted by colonialists in 1925. Researchers say it goes way back to the 11th century when Gihanga Ngomijana reigned.
Still on that, as Rwandans celebrate Umuganura in different parts of the country, the youth have noted that the festival makes them see the unity of Rwandans through socializing with older generations so as to preserve the cultural heritage of the country. Cedric Irakoze.
Umuganura is an important day in the history of Rwanda from the earliest years since the 1,000 years in the creation of Rwanda by Gihanga Ngomijana, the first king of Rwanda. Umuganura is celebrated every first Friday of August. Young people emphasize on the importance of unity on this day. This day brings unity among us together in a way of love. It is no longer belongs to only old people. We will be in the positive one day, and there is nothing we will tell our kids in the future. It is necessary to keep our culture. The Director of General of Rwanda Culture Heritage Academy, Robert Masozera, says young people should use technology and other means at their disposal to celebrate this day. The government of Rwanda chose to bring back Umuganura in 2011 after Liberation Day, and this means a lot because back in history they say that without Umuganura there is no Rwanda as a country. not only drinking and eating umuganura means. So, young generation should know that nowadays they should celebrate the production from technology, tourism, mining and others in traditional way.
ababikora barimo gukina imikino, ababikora barimo kwidagadura, ababikora bari mu biganiro, ababikora bari biremewe.
Ababyeyi bagiye baha umwanya.
Parents should provide enough time for their children, and it is only way they shall love their culture.
Nawe ntabwo byaza kubeshaho nyine kugira ngo bikunde weho nyine nawe.
Tugomba no kubitoza.
It must be like an endless series among different generations, but mostly Generation Z, and explain each other when there is someone who doesn't understand. Young people are encouraging their parents to teach them about the history of Rwanda in order to maintain the legacy and the history of their country. Cedric Irakoze, RTV News.
Thank you, Cedric. Celebrations of Umuganura Festival in different parts of the country encompassed both urban and rural areas, locals and foreigners alike. In Nyarugenje district here in Kigali city, decorations marked the day, and in Bidyogo, places that are normally void of cultural symbols were brimming with them, all an indication of the unity the country now enjoys, based on the shared heritage that all the more resulted into a touristic attraction.
So I walked by and I saw that festival and people invited me and I thought it's really nice. So I'm here. No, I don't know it. And people told me a bit about it, what it is, a cultural festival, to say thank you. And so I tried all the foods and it was really delicious and I liked the beer.
In the provinces, in places like Nyagatare, the Umuganura festival was all the more celebrated because of the value people there give to the hard work and good agriculture harvest through experience in Ruhango and Nyanza. People gathered with the promise that they will remember to come together every year in this way, while in Kamonyi, a 43-kilometer water pipeline was inaugurated that will supply 13 distribution points and as many as 1,100 households. And in Karunji, local communities celebrated the day, noting that in the last 2 months, more households have been given electricity and access to clean water. The theme for this year's Umuganura is focusing on unity as a source of resilience for the country. And moving ahead, Musanze residents have celebrated Umuganura with the inauguration of 11 storied buildings, following another 21 that were recently completed as part of the transformation of Musanze town. The local businessmen and women responsible for the construction of the modern buildings said that their efforts are inspired by the good leadership of the country. During the ceremony to mark the Umuganura festival, the most successful farmers with the biggest harvests provided assistance to those who were not as fortunate as they were, as well as the elderly in their communities. Present was the governor of the northern province, and he commended the private sector in Musanze for their continued efforts to develop the town faster since efforts began to transform Musanze town back in 2017. As many as 33 storied buildings have been completed, and another 13 are to be built in the second phase of the initiative. The phase of the push is to begin with the next fiscal year. Ahead to other matters, local residents in the sector of Gisenyi in Rubavu district of the western province of Rwanda have commended the revenue coming from tourism activities in the area that constitutes a significant portion of Rubavu's economy. The money made from such activities has helped the authorities there to provide assistance to more than 100 families so that they may overcome poverty. Part of the families that that include those of genocide survivors were provided with up to 6 million Rwandan francs as capital to help them to start income-generating projects, while others saw their health insurance contributions covered as part of the drive. Present was the governor of the Western Province, and he promised to increase efforts to increase local tourism due to its potential to grow. This was part of the celebrations held to mark the Umuganura Festival 2024. And transitioning it from Rubavu to Rulindo, a family in Rulindo district has been recognized as the best performing in the entire northern province, where it comes to respecting the performance contract it committed itself to as part of the efforts to boost development in the family unit. Theodomir Uzabachiriho and Jacqueline Utamuriza say that they were able to achieve this by working together as husband and wife to get things done. The couple has committed themselves to 27 goals as part of their performance contract, all of which they achieved, outperforming all other families in the 5 districts that make up the northern province. As a result of this, Theodomir and Jacqueline and their 3 children were presented a Frisian cow worth close to 1 million Rwandan francs during the Umuganura ceremony held in the province on Friday. Theodomir and Jacqueline are daily laborers, and that is how they make a living and support their family. And despite their limited means, they were still able to do what they were required to improve their own welfare and that of their children. Their sector of Atumba also outperformed all others in Rulindo district 17 sectors, and was provided with a vehicle worth close to 40 million Rwandan francs to be used to boost local cleanliness and security. And from this, we come to the end of tonight's edition. On behalf of the entire news production, as well as the technical team that made it happen, many thanks for being with us on today's edition. And up until next time, stay safe, and we wish you a great and fun-filled weekend. Goodbye.